Come into a tall seat. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably, sit bones evenly into the floor. Fairly long spine. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, come into a very tall spine. And exhale, lower your left ear to your left shoulder, lengthening the right side of your neck. Let your inhales and your exhales flow evenly. Very slowly start to shift your chin towards your chest, moving slowly, releasing muscles from the back of the neck. Just let them be less tension. Move your right shoulder all the way up to the right ear, elongating the left side. And exhale, lower your chin, coming back the other way. Left ear all the way up to the left shoulder. Return to neutral spine. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee. Move the right shoulder back and sit up really, really tall as you inhale. Exhale, try to gaze over top of the right shoulder. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand, left knee, and gaze over the left shoulder. Take a deep breath in, lengthening. And exhale, moving a little bit deeper into the twist. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, hands come through heart space. Rolling over the knees, come into a tabletop position. Shoulders on top of the wrists and hips, right on top of your knees. The toes can be tucked under or not. As you inhale, sink your belly down, raise your gaze and your tailbone. As you exhale, round your spine, press away the floor, look for your navel. 2 more times like that. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, pressing away the floor, creating space between your shoulder blades. Inhale again, sink the belly down, drag the palms in towards the knees without moving the hands. Exhale, press the floor away. Return back to neutral spine and flip the hands around, fingers pointing in towards the knees. Very gently settle the hips down towards the heels and rock up onto the fingers. And move a little bit forwards and back, just creating some tension into your forearms. You can play with how much you want to pick the palms up off of the floor, maybe not a lot for a couple times, maybe a nice big peel up into the fingertips for 1 or 2 times. Good, return back through center. Flip your fingers to the long edges of your mat now and rock your chest from side to side. So working through the flexion in the wrists, try to send the shoulders pretty far past your fingertips if you can. Good, back through center. Flip the hands over, tops of the hands into the earth, and try to straighten the elbows. If the elbows can go straight, you can rock a little side to side. I struggle with this in my body. My arms don't really like to go all the way straight. And at the same time, pressing the base of the wrist into the floor, so you're really like crushing the face of your watch if you had a watch on. And then keeping this nice tight closeness between the base of the wrist and the floor, curl the fingers into a fist. Squeeze it in really, really tight and then release it down. This should be pretty hard. 1 more time. Squeeze your fingers in, nice tight fist, and release it down. Sink your hips all the way to the heels. Shake out the hands. Clasp the fingers together, roll the wrists. Good. And back into your tabletop position. Step 1 foot back and then the other. Knees can always be lowered to the floor, but lower your belly all the way down to earth. Untuck the toes, press them hard into the floor. Inhale to peel up your chest. Roll the shoulders back, pull the elbows in, and gently drag the palms back towards the hip bones. Humble the chin in towards your chest and breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Extend the left arm out to the side, level with your shoulder. You're going to press the fingertips of the right hand into the floor, rolling into the left side of your body. Maybe step the right toes all the way over. You can release your head to the floor. If you want to take this one a little further, right hand grasps for the right ankle, and you'll just settle back. Gently release this roll onto your belly. Extend the right arm out to the side, level with your shoulder, palm planting into the ground, spider the left fingertips into the earth, roll into the right side. Step left leg over the right. You can pause here if this is enough. Opening in the chest and a nice little spinal twist, or you can reach left hand to the left ankle and roll back even further. And then here, the gravity will kind of pull you deeper into the posture, but just be mindful if it's too much in your chest, release it and come back to the first variation. Good, release this, roll onto the belly. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck under the toes. You can press up through plank or kneeling plank. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, just pedaling your heels towards the floor. Length into the calves and the hamstrings, maybe a little sway to the hips. It can feel really nice. Keep gripping the fingers into the earth. Nice strong hands support the wrists. Float the right toes up into the air and bend the right knee. See if you can stack the right hip on top of the left. And at the same time, press down your left heel and press down your right armpit. And try to breathe equal length into both side waists. Last breath in. On your next breath out, step the right toes between your hands at the top of the mat. And lower your left knee down to the floor. Plant the hands on either side of your foot. Inhale, broaden your collarbones forward. Plant the hands on top of your knee. Press yourself up. Now pull your belly button in towards your spine. So you can have this sort of curve into the low back. The pelvis is tilting under. You'll probably find some sensation into your quad or your hip flexor here. Breathe here. And keep this shape in the spine. Reach all the way up overhead. And drop your left fingers down towards the earth and start to lean over to the left side. And then we'll take it the other way. Left hand up, right hand down. Lean over to the right side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands to earth. Move the right heel forward a couple of inches. Point your toes up and then drag your hips back. See if the right leg will go all the way straight. If it won't, that's okay. We're just seeking a stretch in the hamstring. So as long as you feel that sensation in the back of your leg, you're in the right place. Try to inhale length into the spine. And maybe deepen the crease of your hip as you bow lower on your exhale. Inhale, rebend your right knee. Walk the right foot over a few inches so there's lots of room for right shoulder and side of the right knee. The hands plant into the ground. Try to drag the palms back, but without moving them. So they're just pressing into the floor. You're magnetizing them towards your left knee. So the sternum pulls forward, the collarbones broaden. And flex the right toes up towards the right shin. Open the right knee like you want to see what's on the bottom of your foot, peeling it open. You might find more or less sensation here. Perhaps you'll feel like you want to go deeper into the pose and you can come down. Nice steady breaths. Try to emphasize the softness of the exhale. See if that can transfer into the body, softening the tension in the muscles. Inhale, press yourself back up. Bring your knee back in line and bring the left knee up off of the ground. Sweep the right foot all the way back, three-legged dog. Pause here for just a breath. Take a deep breath in, lifting your leg up even higher. And exhale, plant it back down to the floor. Sweep the left toes up into the air. Inhale. Bend the left knee and stack the left hip on top of the right. Level the shoulders into the floor. Grip the hands hard into the earth. And every time you inhale, try to bring the left knee up just a little bit higher. One more deep breath in. Exhale, step left foot through your hands, landing in your lunge. Right knee comes to the earth. Pause for a breath, planting hands into the floor, and inhale, broaden the collarbones forward, sinking the hips forward. Then stack the hands on top of your left knee. Press yourself up and pull your belly back. So you're really scooping the pelvis under, rounding through the low back. Couple of steady breaths here. Keeping that shape in the spine, that nice scooped under pelvis. Reach the arms up high. Drop the right arm down to the side and just start to lean over. Good. Inhale, pick up right hand. Exhale, drop the left hand down towards the floor and lean over to the left side. Deep breath in and out. One more. Inhale, picks up the left hand. Exhale, plant hands to earth. Move the left heel up a few inches, point the toes high, and then slide your hips back. And try to magnetize left heel to the right knee like they're not actually going to move on the floor, but you're trying to drag them in together. Have this activation and a nice leveling of the pelvis to the top of the mat. And again, the left leg, it doesn't have to straighten. It can be bent as long as you're feeling this lengthening in your hamstrings. That is what we're seeking here. And on your next inhale, rebend your left knee. Step it over towards the left so the shoulders have space here. And then scooping your chest forward, try to drag the palms of the hands back towards you. So when you do this, it just tractions the chest further forward, opening collarbones. Allow the pelvis to start to settle down towards the earth. See if you can loosen up in the hips just a little bit as we stay here. One more breath. And then flex your left toes towards your left shin. Open the left knee, nice and wide. You can walk the hands out. You can come deeper into this posture if you want to. And just be mindful of where you're at. Like if you're trying to just go deeper for the sake of going deeper, there's no point. If you're so tense that your muscles can't relax, if you can't breathe softly through this posture, you're telling the body that it's not safe to go there and you're not going to stretch. You're not going to create space in your body in that manner. Inhale, pick it all the way back up. Lift the right knee up off of the floor, and you're going to sweep the left foot back for three-legged dog. A couple of breaths. And pick your leg up higher than you think it needs to go, because every time you do that, it will go up a little bit higher. Exhale, step your toes back down. Lower your knees to the floor, stack your hips right on top of the knees, and then start to crawl the hands out forward. For most of you, your forehead is going to come to the earth into extended puppy dog. So if you want a little bit more sensation here, you'll look forward, chin and chest might meet the ground. And keep breathing here. I know it can feel a little bit challenging to have a good breath, but just try. And then slide your chest forward all the way down. Stack the elbows right under the shoulders if they're not there already. Plant your hands pretty hard into the floor, have like a good grip on the earth, and then start to drag your chest forward between your shoulder blades. Sphinx pose. 2 more really good breaths here. And press up into the hands, seal pose, slightly different back bend. And lower the elbows down, bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up, downward facing dog. Float the right toes into the air. As you exhale, sweep your shin behind your wrists at the top of the mat, setting up for one-legged pigeon pose. Good. So if there's like a lot of space between your hip and the floor, or it's too much on your knee, option 1, stay here. Option 2, if you're discovering some kind of difficulty, you're gonna lean to the right hip, make a right angle between your shin and your thigh. Your back leg, the same thing, a right angle. Turn your torso over top of your thigh and then lower down. Fallen deer pose. So this is also an option. It's a great hip opener. It's a great place to start if the hips are just super tight. Inhale, press yourself up from pigeon or from deer. Cross the left leg all the way over top of the right leg. Good. Turning into a little pretzel. If you don't pretzel well, you'll extend the right leg underneath, so it's straight. Plant the left hand by the left hip. Inhale, reach up the right hand. Exhale, twist to the left and bring right elbow behind the left thigh so you can traction yourself into a twist. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, little dip to the right. Just a nice counter twist. And press yourself back up. Swing your legs all the way back behind you. Downward dog. Float the left toes. Exhale, sweep your shin behind your wrists. Setting up pigeon on the left side, or the fallen deer pose. Right angle in the front, right angle in the back. You can stay up high, or you can start to walk yourself down low. And again, try to be mindful of how much sensation you have here. Does the body feel safe? Can you relax and breathe into this? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then back off just a little bit. It's okay to know where the edge is, but don't stand on it. Inhale to bring yourself up. Lean all the way onto the left hip and sweep the right leg all the way around. Plant the right hand down. Inhale, pick up left. Exhale, twisting to the right. Use your inhales to grow taller, your exhales to twist deeper. Really challenge the lungs against the organs. I know in twists it's difficult to breathe, Sometimes it just feels constricted, but do it anyway. Inhale back through center. Exhale, little counter twist to the left. Just unwind the spine. Back through neutral. Bring the legs out in front. Flex your toes up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull your belly button back and bow over the legs. Catch your hands wherever you catch them. It could be anywhere at all. Inhale, lengthen one more time. And then exhale, bowing forward. Forward folding. Inhale, brings you all the way back up. You're just going to move onto your backs. Now pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side, mashing muscles into bones, into floor. Good. And then parting the knees, pull the feet into a happy baby pose. So hands can reach even to the backs of the thighs if the feet are too far out of reach, or ankles, all the way up to the feet on the insides or the outsides, and you'll rock side to side. Maybe play with straightening one leg or the other, whatever you need. Good. Lower your feet down. Keep the knees bent, and at the edges of the mat, you can make a star shape with the arms, kind of like starfish, and then just windshield washer your knees from side to side, nice and slow, moving with your breath. And you can do this as long as you want to before finding your way into Shavasana. Just extending the legs down, or laying down in any way that's comfortable for you, and take a little rest here. And the breath go back to its natural rhythm. The bones and muscles feel heavy and sink into earth. And you can stay here as long as you like. Give yourself permission to rest. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.